Hello everyone. In the last video, we have seen variational problems in parametric form and examples based on that. Okay. Today we will start with a new subtopic, that is variational problems with moving boundaries. Okay. So all this time, whatever variational problems that we were considering, it was always assumed that the boundary points are the fixed ones or the given. Okay, that means we have considered the functionals of the form v y of x equal to integral from x0 to x1 f of x y y dash dx, and y at x0 is y0, y at x1 is equal to y1. Okay, so whatever extremals we are getting, for that extremal we knew what are the two fixed points. Okay, so the curves that we investigated, or the curves on which we investigated the value of the functional in order to determine from among those on which curve the functional is attaining a extremum, those curves were belonging to the class of curves having the fixed boundary points. That means it was something of this form. We have 2 points which are fixed, and all the curves that are passing through these 2 fixed points, they were examined, and from among these curves, the one on which the extremum is attained was the curve that we wanted. Okay, so the main point here is the class of admissible curves was this. That means the 2 fixed points and all the curves that are passing through these 2 fixed points. Okay, and now what we will do is we will consider either one or both the endpoints are moving. So till now whatever we have considered, in those problems the 2 endpoints were fixed. Okay, so now let us suppose that one or both of the boundary points can move. Okay, now when I say the boundary points can move, how are they moving? Okay, is it like they can move anywhere they want? No. What we will consider is there will be 2 more curves. Okay, and these boundary points will be allowed to move only along those 2 curves, and under the condition that these boundary points are moving, then what is the extremal that we want to find out. Okay, and therefore these problems are called as variational problems with moving boundaries. That means these boundary points will start moving now. Till now whatever we have considered, these boundary points were fixed, and from among these curves whatever we were getting the answer for the functional. Okay, so we were investigating finding from among these curves on which one this functional is attaining its extremum. Okay, and if at all the extremum is attained, then that curve will belong to this, will be any one from among these curves. Okay, because there are also cases where the extremum is not attained. Okay, therefore I said if the extremum is attained, then that curve, and we call it as a extremal, that curve we called it as a extremal, so that will belong somewhere here. Okay, in this class. So now see here, what we will be doing is we will allow these boundary points to move. And how they will move? They will be allowed to move only along the two curves. Okay, so let us suppose that this is point A and this is point B. So now I am allowing this point A to move along a curve y equal to xi of x. The name of this curve is xi of x and this is phi of x. Okay, the point A can move only along this curve and the point B can move only along this curve. So whatever is the extremal, that extremal will have its endpoints on the curve xi of x and phi of x. Okay, so it can be either this or it can be this or this, whatever the extremal curve is. Okay, so I have drawn one example of a curve here with its boundary points on the curves xi of x and phi of x respectively. So the endpoint A is on xi and endpoint B is on phi of x. Okay, the main thing to notice here is the points are allowed to move only on these two respective curves. Okay, and under these conditions, that means suppose if this point is allowed to move on this curve and this point is allowed to move on this curve. Okay, and then I want to find out that curve such that the distance between these two is the minimum one. Okay, so then we will take the functional for that problem and we will allow these points to move, because if I want to find a curve such that on that curve will give us that along that if I travel, the distance between this and this will be the minimum one. Okay, so in order to find out that, obviously we will have to check on each and every point. That means I will have to travel from here to here, 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 here and here. Okay, that means, or from the next point to here, 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 and then accordingly we will have to select that curve along which if we travel the distance is the minimum one. Okay, and hence that problem gets reduced to this moving boundary value problem. So not boundary value, moving boundary problem. Okay, now let us suppose that any one boundary point or both the boundary points may move on the same curve. Okay, on the same curve means this is moving on this curve and this is moving on this curve. Okay, now in this case observe that we get a class of admissible curves. Admissible curves means what? In this case, when the 2 points were fixed, which was the class of admissible curves? It was this. That means these were the curves that we were considering for investigation. Okay, now the class of admissible curves will include the curves with fixed boundary points and also the curves with movable boundary points. So whatever the boundary points are, okay, they will be lying either on this curve or this curve. Okay, so instead of considering only these curves, now we will have to consider the curves which are close lying to this also. Okay, so it will be like we are let us keep this point as fixed and allow only this point to move. Okay, so it will be this curve along with the fixed ones and also in addition to that these curves with the moving boundaries. Okay, so whatever extremal we are getting for this problem, it is very obvious that that extremal will also satisfy the Euler-Lagrange differential equation. Therefore, if on a curve y equal to y of x, an extremum is reached in a problem with moving boundary points, then the extremal is also attained relative to a class of curves having the common boundary points with y equal to y of x. Okay, having the common boundary points with y equal to y of x means what? It is exactly this class. So if at all the extremum is attained in case of a moving boundary problem, then the extremal will be attained on the class of curves with the fixed boundary points, meaning whatever is that extremal. So if we investigate only on these curves also, then also it will attain a extremum. That variational problem, it will attain the extremum, because we will be examining these curves as well as the ones with the moved boundary point, this second boundary point. Okay, and therefore the basic condition for achieving the extremum in a problem with fixed boundary points. Okay, and what is that condition? It's the Euler-Lagrange differential equation. So that condition must be fulfilled by the function y equal to y of x. So whatever is this extremal that we get in this problem with moving boundary, it must also satisfy the Euler-Lagrange differential equation. So in other words, it must be a solution of Euler-Lagrange differential equation, which is fy minus d by dx of fy dash equal to 0. And therefore the curve y equal to y of x on which the extremum is achieved in moving boundary problem, it must be a extremal. It must be a extremal. Means what? It must be the solutions of this Euler-Lagrange differential equation are called as what? Extremals, that we have already seen. And because of that we say that whatever is the solution of this problem, that means that curve on which the extremum is attained in moving boundary problem, it must be a extremal. It must be a extremal means it must be a solution of Euler-Lagrange differential equation. So we have already seen when we solve this Euler-Lagrange differential equation, we get a two parameter family of equation. Okay, that means we get two arbitrary constants, and for determination of those arbitrary constants we make use of these initial conditions or these boundary points. Okay, but in moving boundary problems, what happens is we will get a solution with two unknowns, but to determine these two unknowns we will not have such points. Okay, either one point will be absent or both the points can be absent as well. Okay, so to determine these arbitrary constants, what we have to do is we will have to take help of the basic necessary condition for an extremum, and that is variation this delta v is equal to 0. So we will have to take help of this condition in order to find out, or in order to get the conditions which will help us to determine these two constants. Okay, because if on the curve y equal to y of x extremal is attained, then we have already seen that on that curve the variation of the functional is equal to 0. Okay, So we will take help of this condition in order to find out the two conditions that will help us to find out these two constants. Okay. So once we get these conditions, then what will happen is whatever is the curve on which the extremal is attained, so that curve will be such that y at x naught will be equal to so suppose this is that problem, okay, and the extremal is attained on the curve y equal to y of x, then y of x naught will be equal to what? This y of x naught will be equal to, because where will this point lie? This y at x naught, meaning the first end point, it will lie, suppose x naught and x1. This is point A and this is point B. Point A is allowed to move on xi of x and point B is allowed to move on phi of x. Okay. So this y at x naught, it will lie on the curve xi of x, and that will be exactly this, and y at x1 will be phi at x naught. Okay, so it will lie somewhere on this curve, these two endpoints of the extremal curve. Here the extremal curve is said to be transverse to the boundary curve xi of x and phi of x. It is to be noted that the extremal curve will have its boundary points on the given curves respectively. The relation between the extremal curve and the boundary curve is called the transversality condition. Okay. So it's the transversality condition. So how do we derive this transversality condition, that we will see in the next video. Today what we will do is we will just note down the steps for solving the problem with moving boundaries. So let us suppose say Vy of x equal to x naught x1 f of x y y dash dx is given functional. Okay. So first what we do is write the Euler-Lagrange differential equation, that is fy minus d by dx fy dash equal to 0, and solve it to get y equal to x, c1 and c2. Okay, so we have already seen that when we solve this Euler-Lagrange differential equation, we get y of x curve which can be written as a function of x, c1 and c2. Okay, a two parameter family of curves. Okay, it's called as a family of curves because these are the arbitrary constants, but if we have the two boundary points, endpoints which are specified, then we can find exactly which is that curve by determining the constants c1 and c2. Okay, so we have given this Vy of x equal to integral from x naught to x1 f of x y y dash dx, such that the point x naught y naught is moving on curve y equal to xi of x, and x1 y1 is moving on y equal to phi of x. Okay, y at x naught is equal to y naught, that is xi at x naught then we write down the transversality conditions. F plus phi dash minus y dash into fy dash at x equal to x1, this equal to 0. This is one condition, and f plus xi dash minus y dash f at y dash x evaluated at x equal to x naught equal to 0. Determine x naught, x1, x2, x naught, x1, c1, c1 and c2 using 1, 2 and 3 above. So these are the 4 steps that we will have to follow in order to solve the variational problem with moving boundary. Okay, now directly if you see these steps, then what do we do here? First, we take the Euler-Lagrange differential equation, and by using the methods that we have already learned in the previous lectures, we solve it to get such a family, 2-parameter family of curves. Okay, we will be already given the information on which curve the point x0 y0 is moving, and on which curve the point x1 y1 is allowed to move. Okay, so it may be such that this x0 y0 is fixed and x1 y1 is moving, or it may be that this is fixed and this one is moving. Okay, but both the problems, they turn out to be the same one. Okay, because what we can do is, whichever is moving, we can call that curve as a phi of x. Okay, so they come out to be the same, or it can be the case that this is also moving and this point is also moving. Okay, then the second step is we write down these 2 equations. Okay, now you all might think that here itself, by using these conditions, because we got x0 y0 and x1 y1, so if we know the curve xi and phi and the point x0 and x1, then we can determine y0 and y1. But observe that here we will not directly get what is y0 and y1. It may so happen that we are getting y0, but we will not get the y1 if this point is moving. So in this equation, the term y1 will be remaining as it is. Okay, and we will have to go further in order to find out what is that y1 and the constant c1 and c2. Okay, and if both the points are moving, then these will remain in these two equations, and with the help of these transversality conditions we will have to determine what is x0, x1, c1 and c2. Okay, the third step is write down the transversality conditions. These conditions are called as transversality conditions, that is capital F plus phi dash minus y dash into fy dash, this evaluated at the point x equal to x1 and then equate it to 0. Okay, and in a similar way for the curve xi of x, and by using these three steps we determine the points x0, x1 and the arbitrary constants c1 and c2, and hence we get what is that extremal curve on which the variational problem is achieving the extremum.